Hello everyone, Scotty Mo's back online. So I know this video is going to ruffle up some feathers, and especially UKIP supporters, you're going to be upset with my viewpoint in this video, but I just think UKIP is a dead brand. I think that Nick Tenconi is wasting his time with UKIP, and quite frankly, I've lost respect for him because on Saturday the 23rd, I was at that event with Advance UK. Meanwhile, up in Liverpool, UKIP were hosting a march for mass deportations. They were holding a rally in the centre of Liverpool. Was anyone aware of that? It wasn't very well marketed in the first place. But anyways, I want to show you this clip of the kind of behaviour that Nick Tenconi demonstrates. It's a very short clip, and after the video, I want you to ask yourself: is this the kind of future Prime Minister that you're looking for? Is this the kind of leader of a political party that is committed to genuinely enact policies to save this country? And this is the kind of leader that you're imagining in Nick Tenconi. Watch the clip.
Left-wing scum off our streets! Left-wing scum off our streets! Left-wing scum off our streets!
So when you're in these events, the centre of a crowd, of a mob, essentially, tensions are running high, adrenaline levels are running high. You can say or do things that you regret later on. And that is what I'm worried about with Nick Tenconi when I look at him do this sort of stuff. You know, it's all well and good for the cameras, for media attention, for public awareness, for people to know that there's someone out on the streets representing a political party called UKIP and is marching for the Patriots, marching for the fellow Christians, and is as brave and courageous as Nick Tenconi to be marching along the streets. That sort of activism belongs in an activist group. And that is what UKIP have essentially turned into. It's not a political party. It's not operating like a professional party that is coming together to formulate strategies and generate policies in a meaningful way. That's not what's happening. Nick Tenconi is organising these marches every single month. He looks physically drained. You can see the energy out of him. It's just seeping out. He looks tired. He looks fatigued. And quite frankly, before I was saying he should join Advance, I don't think he's a good fit for Advance because he's taking the completely wrong approach to doing things. The reason why I'm in the position of affiliating myself with Advance, why I've become a member, is the way that I see the structure of Advance is that they have a team of people coming together who have the right skills, knowledge, expertise, and life experience, as well as career experience, to come together and engage meaningfully in political discourse and enact policies and strategies in a sort of debate-centric, conversational capacity. That's what you need. You have to have a number of people with the right skills, as I said, and knowledge and experience as professional politicians come together, sit in a room, have a meeting, and to think about things rationally, make sensible decisions, make logical decisions, and to formulate plans, policies, and strategies. That's what you need. What Nick Tenconi is doing is the work of an activist. That's simply the way I put it. He's not surrounding himself with the team. When you look at UKIP, it's all coming straight out of Nick Tenconi. And that is why I've noticed like people like Paul Thorpe, he's mentioned repeatedly that Nick Tenconi is not very pleased in some moments with his behaviour and his body language. This is the kind of behaviour I'm talking about. This is not the kind of behaviour I condone nor encourage from the future leader of my country. He's not making rational decisions. He's not thinking about things logically and rationally. You know, the whole rally was a failure. The far left woke Antifa mob in Liverpool, they dominated the whole area and all plans went sideways for UKIP. That's the reason why I think people like Ben Habib and Rupert Lowe, they kind of turned down Nick Tenconi and refrained from joining UKIP because You can't work with someone like Nick like that, tearing up a communist flag, letting out a bellowing scream, spitting on it, and yelling communist scum off our streets. That is not going to make any meaningful political change. Not in a million years. What you have to do is use the system to beat the system. You have to infiltrate the system in order to break the system from within and fix the system. How are we going to enact policies, proper policies, and change our judiciary, reform our education system, and make all of the necessary changes to solve all of the problems that are infesting the United Kingdom if you don't have sitting MPs in their rightful positions in Parliament? That's why we have to go with Advance UK. So that's my take on it. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and be sure to watch this video that I made before, weeks before, and why exactly, specifically, what is wrong with the UKIP. This is Guardian Most Cocking out. I'll see you in the next one.